What it is, what it do. We are live from the Jack Simpson Gymnasium. Joshua Adam William Armlet with Jermaine J.C. Cummings as the SAIT Trojans welcome in for the second night in a row, I guess afternoon right now, the Briercrest Clippers. A huge win for the women of Troy last night, Jermaine.
Yeah, you could definitely say that again, Josh. It was a hard-fought win for the women of Troy. They showed me something with the ability they were able to go and close the game out with yesterday. We're going to see if they can repeat it here because as we saw from yesterday and in seasons past, Briercrest always does a good job of bouncing back after losses. We're going to see if they can do that here one more time this afternoon.
Getting to talk to the Briercrest coaching staff yesterday, said the best thing for them when they do these road trips is they get to face that team the next day back at that team's home court. So they get to do it right. Sometimes you go to the away team, but they get to have it right back in Calgary. Sometimes you want to get that upset still on the home court, which Briercrest is going to be looking to do. And they're going to be looking to do. It starts with Brooklyn Martins.
It sure does. Brooklyn Martins, an unbelievable job. Hope Jordans as well. Also looking at Melissa Ellis. Three great players for the Briercrest Clippers here, looking to once again repeat that great performance they had yesterday. This time, though, they're looking to see if they can get the dub. We'll see if they can get it done because the Dinos right now on another level.
And you talked about Melissa Ellis, and she was fantastic yesterday from downtown for three. Going to try to get a little bit more from her. As for the Trojans, that three-headed monster right now of Macy Mulholland, Brooke Baker, and Anir Wall really showed up. And the big thing for the Trojans, as we've seen through this season go on, is you don't want to put all the pressure on Brooke. She's averaging over 20 points a game. So it's really good to see Macy take a big part of the scoring load. And then in the fourth, Anir Wall showed what she could do.
Yeah, and the best part about Brooke's game, Josh, is not only does she do that heavy lifting offensively a lot of times, but she knows when to pass it out as well. She knows when to get the teammates involved, knows what it takes defensively to also make wins as well. And Josh, it's all about that decision-making. That's her most important feature. You know she's going to be flexing that muscle here today. I can't wait to get it going.
Yeah, the Trojans started off the season with some big injuries. They're starting to get healthy again. This is the last game they'll have of the 2023 part of the season. They want to get out of here with a W. We'll see if they can get back-to-back against a very good Briercrest team. That's coming up for you momentarily right here on the ACAC Network.
SAIT Athletics and the ACAC are pleased to have you in attendance today. Your encouragement of our student athletes and your fan enthusiasm is greatly appreciated. Please remember that your admission to this ACAC event entitles you to enjoy collegiate sport in an educational setting. Please show your sportsmanship by positively encouraging the student athletes, respecting the decision of the coaches and officials, and being considerate of other spectators. Remember, good sports make good sport. Now to introduce today's starting lineups brought to you by EFW Radiology, proud to be the official imaging provider for the SAIT Trojans. For the visiting Briercrest Clippers, fourth-year guard number 6, Melissa Ellis. Fourth-year guard number 7, Brooklyn Martins. Fourth-year forward number 8, Amber Hickman. Third-year guard number 9, Lori Sunderland. And fourth-year guard number 13, Madison Dean. Clippers head coach is Anthony Skeppel, assisted by Barry Martins. And now, ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for the SAIT Trojans! Starting fourth-year guard number 0, Brooke Baker. Third-year guard number 4, Ava Pearl. Second-year forward number 7, Macy Mulholland. Second-year forward number 13,
Joshua Adam, William Arbuthnot with Jermaine J.C. Cummings. And as we mentioned, a big game here, the final of the 2023 part of the season. And for the SAIT Trojans, another big game for them too, because their rival from across, the Ambrose Lions, also won last night, and in a little bit of a war with them right now to get into the playoff position right now. So Ambrose picking up a win, and obviously the Trojans and them have that rivalry going, so hoping to pick up a dub, and Briercrest looking to get back up as they're trying to maintain near the top of the standing in the South Division. Trojans, Clippers, here we go.
See who sets the tone, Josh. We talked about it off top yesterday. Huge win for Briercrest. We're going to see if they can repeat that performance here today, Josh. We saw some great defensive play, and as you mentioned, great offense as well. Let's see if they can double back and do it again here this afternoon.
It starts with Macy Mulholland making a jumper. She got the first bucket yesterday. That time coming a bit too short. And for the Trojans, what we've seen, Jay, is they got to get off to hot starts, especially to a team like the Briercrest Clippers. Trojans had big leads yesterday, as much as 10. There is a shot in the corner for a second there. It's looking like Ellis is going to knock down one of those threes we know she can hit, and then takes too many steps. What did you see there, though, Jay? Like, that's a shot that we normally see Melissa Ellis go. Maybe didn't like the defensive there, try to drive it in and picks up the travel.
Hey, well, it's early in the game right now. You want to get everybody involved. You saw she was trying to get the set going, but just like that, Brooke Baker all up in her, Josh. Maybe created that turnover. That's some of that great Brooke Baker defense we've been seeing all season long.
Anir tried to flip it inside to Macy. She's not able to get it. Ellis trapped in the backcourt, and a turnover as Baker gets the Ellis turnover. And then a foul being picked up right there from Dory Sunderland. So a lot of what we saw yesterday from the Trojans. Didn't see that press, though, yesterday, Jermaine. So that's the first time we've really got a chance to see that press from the Trojans.
Well, you know the defense sets the tone for the entire game going forward. And through a couple minutes here to start this game out, Josh, 1 minute to be exact. SAIT Trojans seem to be on one defensively.
Ava Curl tried to go for the three, and rebounded there by Dory Sunderland, who leads up in transition, and Macy Mulholland. And that's been a big difference I've seen for the Trojans, too. And we got a chance to talk to Coach Parmar, and that's the one thing he has emphasized, of being busier in those passing lanes, being busy defensively. And the games that we've seen, Jermaine, that's when the Trojans have been most effective, when they've been really aggressive defensively and getting turnovers and turn them into points.
Yeah, you force those cross-court passes, liable to get that basket, as you see Amber Fitchner get in there, get her too, Josh. But to go back to that point, passing lane's so important. You want to create turnovers. You want to keep the tempo high as well. Not only does it get your team amped up, but it also breaks the morale of the other team as well.
Here's Baker for three. That's a tray, baby! Brooke Baker from downtown.
That's something you like to see. 1 for 1 as Brooke Baker knocks down her first triple of the afternoon, Josh. It might bode well. We'll see going forward if she can continue that hot shooting.
Speaking about hot shooting, try to go for it down there. Now down low to Amber Fickner. Fickner can't get it to go. Now on the break, here comes Brooke Baker. Trojans lead right now 3-2. Baker setting up the offense. Trojans trying to get 2 games from 500 before they enter the 2024 part of the season. Been an up and down season with them with injuries. Here is Anir Wall picking off where she left off yesterday, and we saw it yesterday. Anir Wall really starting to find her jumper and hits another mid-range J right there.
If you're Brooklyn Martins, that's exactly what you want to do offensively. Force a long-range 2, and they did just that, but Anir Wall showing you how proficient she can be at knocking that down, and she picks up a steal as well.
She got a steal. She's going to go in all alone off the glass for 2.
A little 4-on-1 on the back of not only a long-range 2, but a steal in the backcourt and finish on the other side as well. And Anir Wall starting to feel herself here early on, Josh. You'd love to see it.
5-point lead for SAIT. Jumper there, rolls out for Brooklyn Martins. Gets it back out. Melissa Ellis dishes it down low to Fickner. Fickner's fouled. Amber Fickner, who has the only point so far in this game, will go to the line and shoot a pair as multiple subs getting ready to come in for the Clippers.
Yeah, Josh, when you're looking at the front court here for Briercrest, you got Amber Fickner, 6 feet tall. You got Brooke Martins, 6 feet tall. Obvious height advantage inside for Briercrest. Let's see if they exploit that here early on, Josh, because right now that is where they've seemed to go on offensively here pretty early, and we'll see if that stays to be the case, because when you got that big height disparity inside, might as well exploit that thing.
Yeah, we didn't see them. That's a great point there, Jim. We didn't see them post up as much as we could, and you know, as we've talked about watching the Trojans for the last few years, the post game hasn't been their bright spot. Really, since they've lost Logan Monks, you haven't seen a traditional post player. I mean, I would say Essie Pryor has came the closest to that. She's starting to show some growth in the post area, but they don't have that traditional post player. So we have seen teams expose it, and we'll see if Briercrest does that. Baker gets it over to Anir. Anir mid-range again. And I got to tell you, ever since yesterday, since that fourth, Anir is starting to really find her J.
No doubt, Josh. Yes, she does. She buries another triple. Not only catch and shoot, but she's able to create for herself. And look at this defense from Ava Curl. Look, we're not used to seeing Ava Curl not get steals early on in the game, Josh. There's 2 quick ones early on. An absolute terror in the passing lanes.
Baker dishes it out. It's going to go over and back. And Ava will chase it down. And you know, we talked about it the last game we had, Jay. They really did miss Ava Curl when she was out with her injury, just because of what she is defensively for them. She's not going to get you all the buckets in the world, but she doesn't need to.
No, it's all about the intangibles with Ava Curl, Josh. She does those plays that are just kind of super contagious, kind of go down the bench, and everyone else can't help but give the same effort, especially when you're playing alongside somebody like Ava Curl.
And speaking about Essie Pryor, she's going to check in the game right now with Emma Cartmel as well, who's also really growing as a player. Right now is shooting in this game. Trojans are 4 of 6 from the field. Briercrest 1 of 3. Only been able to get 3 shots up because of the defense that the Trojans are putting on them. And there's an open shot at the lane, but missing that one right there is Matza Shefkowitz. Ball goes down and goes immediately back to the Clippers, so they'll try to reset their offense right now. And we saw that too from the Clippers a few times yesterday, Jay. They had really wide open layups, but just couldn't convert, and I'm sure that's something the coach Ant talked to them about fixing.
Yeah, execution is the name of the game, especially inside like we talked about. Got that huge size advantage inside. You want to make sure you're finishing the job by getting those layups to go. That's a good play right there.
Jordans goes in, and didn't see as much from Jordans yesterday as you normally see, and looking to have a bounce-back game from her. Anir dishes it off. Here's Pryor, gets denied by Ellis.
There she goes, Josh. Melissa Ellis hustling back on defense, getting a piece of the SC Pryor too, and now she got her girls going the other way.
Loose ball, who wants it? It's Cartmel. And then a miscommunication right there. Can't be having that if you're the Trojans. And Briercrest again, full shift. And we saw this from both the men and the women's team yesterday. Both of them have such deep benches that they have the ability to do these almost hockey line shifts of just going full out. Everyone off the bench come in, everyone come off.
Yeah, interesting tactic, I got to say. In today's game, not something you see all the time, but if it seems to work for you like it did for Briercrest last night, why not go back to it again here today?
And there's Fickner again. Fickner having herself quite a game at 6 points for her right now. She has all but 2 of the early Clipper points. Passing the side, here's Macy Mulholland, who's been quiet in the first 5 minutes here. Gets it down to Cartmel. Baker gets it back out to Anir. Anir, fadeaway J, and Anir Wall misses her first shot of the game on that fadeaway jumper.
Yeah, got to commend your hat there as Asia Wells did a good job just staying in front of Anir and forcing up not the greatest look from her, but nonetheless, you know Anir's going to continue to get him up.
And Madison Batty gets in and gives the Clippers the first lead. Here's a Hail Mary-like pass, finds Macy Mulholland. She goes for her mid-range J. She comes up short. And Clippers will look to grow their lead as we pass the halfway point here of the first. 10-9. Clippers up front, trailed for a bit, but starting to find their game again off the glass, but going right back to the Trojans.
Yeah, I think Amber Fickner got a little, or Sunderland, I think, on that one. Got her clearing out the off-ball player, excuse me. But I'll tell you what, Josh, there's another opportunity here for the SAIT Trojans. Now that you've lost the lead early on in the first, you've got to really bear down because it seems like Briercrest is really starting to get that momentum going in their favor. Time to turn things around, settle down, easy on those unforced turnovers, and time to execute as well.
And the defense has been picking up for Briercrest in the last little bit. One of the best defensive teams in Canada, not just in the ACAC, and starting to flex their muscle right there. Cartmel comes up short. Rebound by Asia Wells.
That's easy to see, Josh, because we haven't seen one single interior shot from the SAIT Trojans here all game long. That just leads you to believe how good Briercrest is defensively. We're seeing it here right in front of us.
Yeah, I've been getting a chance to talk to Coach Parmar before the game. He brought that up too. He's like, they're one of the best interior defensive teams in the league, and we saw that yesterday, but we did the best we could, and that's one of the reasons we picked up the D. We were able to get into the interior, get layups.
Oh, it's a great job right there. Good defensive job by SC Pryor. Despite the foul call, good positioning, good footwork. Can't ask for much better. Even though they're going to get Cartmel coming off ball on that one.
And Eva Curl will check back in. Cartmel will come out.
I like that substitution. It's time to get Ava back in the game right now. Now that the Trojans have lost the lead, it's time to pick up that defensive intensity. Look no further than number 4.
Yeah, she puts her hard hat on and always picks it up on the defensive end. They tried to throw it inside. I think that was Essie Pryor there doing a good job defending the pass inside and able to cause that turnover for the Trojans.
Yeah, but who was defending the ball, Josh?
Ava
Number
Curl.
4. That's right.
Yes,
Ava
sir.
Curl in her world, Josh. Right now, that's exactly why you want her in the game.
A little bit of a soft press from Briercrest. Get Ava in a double team.
That's the thing. If you're going to get trapped in that backcourt, Leaker has got to return back and make sure to have an outlet for the passer to go to right there. A little bit late on that one was Brooke Baker. Time to tighten it up.
Baker to the hole. Little pump fake inside. Second chance. Doesn't go down, but gets a chance to earn it at the line for 2.
Tell you, it's not easy to go chest to chest with Amber Fitchner like that, Josh. If you're Brooke Baker, beat the screen, and what's waiting for you? Fitchner, 6 feet tall. She's going to take a breather here, but just shows you how fearless Brooke Baker can be in times like this. Josh got to attack the basket right now, and we've seen how proficient interior-wise Briercrest can be. No way to really chop that down other than just by getting after it time and time again.
And they bring in multiple subs again, and Baker can't connect on that, so Trojans won't be able to take the lead, but we'll try to tie it up here. Baker, who's normally pretty clutch at the line. And that one's able to go down. So 10-10, 4 minutes left here in the first. Nice cross-court pass. Mid-range, Jay goes down for Madison Batty.
Hey, into the game and into the score sheet as well. As Batty able to knock that one down, Beatty, and just like that, mid-range, and the lead grows here for Briercrest.
In the corner, here's Batty for another 3. She can't get that one to go. Rebound by Curl. Up and under, that one directed away as Brooklyn Martin's trying to get her game going. She was a big offensive force yesterday, but a turnover down low, off the glass for 2. Madison Batty right now really finding her flow.
Yeah, Maddie Beatty doing her thing, Josh. Mid-range, missed the long-range 3, but nonetheless created that steal and got another basket for her squad. And as we see, the press is on right now.
Passed ahead. Here's Essie Pryor down low. Good give and go, and the Trojans are able to finish.
How do you beat a press break? Easy. Move the ball along, just like the Trojans did right there. Getting overwhelmed with that pressure, make sure to get a pass up court and get yourself an easy 2.
And now Dory Sunderland will get a chance to go to the line. No points for her so far, just 1 foul, but get to change that. Trojans will get a chance to bring in a sub. And near Wall will check back into the game. Alongside Monroe and Hannah Cameron. And you know, the minutes I've seen from Hannah Cameron specifically, I've been really impressed with her. Obviously trying to find her role as a guard off the bench, but did a good job in the win yesterday.
Hey, one thing Hannah Cam is going to give you every time, Josh, and that's 100% effort and good speed as well. And that's something that the Trojans are going to need here early on. You see they've done not such a great job here trying to break the press. What do? Get some speed on the floor. You got Cameron on the floor. You had Curl on the floor. She's off, but you got Brooke Baker, obviously. You got some speed out there right now. See if you can exploit that and try to beat this press that's giving you some troubles here in the first.
And that goes down there. Biggest lead so far for the Clippers at 4. Passed ahead to a near Wall. Wall up under.
Hey now.
Can't get it to go in. Second chance opportunity. Monroe can't get it to go. Rebound by Near. Passed out to Baker. Baker mid-range. Jay can't go down. 3 misses in a row. And now come the Clippers back in transition and on the attack.
Didn't get it to go, but that's a good offensive possession right there as the Trojans were whipping the rock around, trying to get that open look, which they got, just like they got the steal right there, but didn't get the 2 to go. It's time to execute now. You don't want to lose things here too early on in the game.
Wall hands it off to Baker. Neither one of their, Near had her game going and gets it going again there. I was going to say neither Near or Baker had much going in a while, but Near makes me shut my mouth. And then Baker trying to seal it even more. She has a breakaway, gets fouled by Brooklyn Martins, but that's a foul you'll take for Martins is, go heavy there and try to deny the shot and make Brooke earn it.
Yeah, and I've talked about it, Josh, in earlier games this season. Brooke Baker does such a good job of playing that DB role, just kind of patrolling, waiting to see what passing lane she can fill. Great help defense from her as well. It's an unbelievable talent to be able to not only be a great ISO ball defender, but a help defender as well. She's just kind of helping everybody out there in black today, and it's working dividends as she's at the free throw line.
Get a chance to tie this game up. Gets the first one to go down. No field goals so far for Brooke in this one, just from the free throw line, but making it count. 7 points for her. My apologies. She has a 3. I don't know what I'm talking about. So 16 apiece, 2 minutes left here in the first. Spin off there by Matashevkowitz. Almost stolen there, gets in the corner, try to go down low. They do connect it, but good job there down low by Monroe deterring the shot away.
Yeah, usually down there from that point, Hope Jordan's is almost automatic, but like you said, Josh, Monroe did a good job fronting and just kind of making things uncomfortable for her down low.
Baker's three is off. And Cameron playing some tight D and trying to let them get over. And then just loses her balance and picks up the foul.
Yeah, it can come sometimes with effort, Josh. Sometimes you can't necessarily harness it, but hey, you also can't teach that as well. So you don't want to make sure to tamper her down. Make sure Hannah Cameron keeps that effort up and just kind of, does some fine-tuning to keep herself out of foul trouble.
And Macy Mulholland come in, give Baker a little bit of a break. 6 points for Brooke Baker so far in this one. And Hannah Matashevkowitz at the line. Can't get the first one to go down. Try one more time to get the Clippers back their lead. 1:37 left here in the first. Should be noted, too, the Trojans in the bonus, but Clippers are only a foul away for themselves. Missed the three, but then right off it, Hope Jordans gets the dime and gets the Clippers back in charge.
There it is, Josh. Jordan's doing her thing. Offensive rebound, hit to the cutting Eve Dukerson. Easy two. There again is that great interior play from Briercrest Clippers.
Off the glass. Man, a near wall is in a different zone right now.
Yeah, making it happen, Josh, from 15, from 5 now, as you see, pulling up in front of players and knocking down with contact as well. Anir is doing her thing here in the first.
There's a foul, and Hope Jordan's now starting to get in some rhythm, gets a chance to go to the line and get the lead back. 1:03 left here in the first. Trojans have 5, as I mentioned, so they're in the bonus the rest of the way. But Clippers not too far off, have 4 fouls of their own right. And the first one doesn't go down for Hope Jordans.
Yeah, Josh, and you mentioned Hope Jordans didn't necessarily have her classic game yesterday, a little bit quieter. Thing that we've seen, especially in fire seasons, Josh, she's able to bounce back. And she's doing that here earlier on, as you see, not only a great offensive rebound in possession before, but they're able to get one free throw as well. She's starting to come in her own in the first.
Yeah, we saw Brooklyn Martins really carry the scoring load yesterday as Eve Dirksen plays some tight defense and gets that knocked out. And they're going to call a foul on it, so that means a near wall will go to the line. And near already in double digits in this one with 10 points.
Yeah, early and often, attacking and pulling up, Josh. She's creating off the dribble and also when taking what the defense is giving her, what she's going to do. You want to force the issue. Defense is going to give you left. Go ahead. Take left and make them pay. They're going to stay in front of you, play straight up, step back, create a little bit of space, rise up, elevate, detonate, knock it down like she's been doing all first.
Trojans get their lead back. We're under a minute. Both teams in the bonus. Matashevkowitz gets some tight D on her from Cameron, and now bringing it down is Asia Wells. Gets it back out to Dirksen. Dirksen tried to thread it inside, and she does. Matashevkowitz can't get it to go, but the possession will go back to the SAIT Trojans.
Didn't happen, but how about that play? You see, cutting baseline. Hope Jordan's waiting for that ball. She got it. Wasn't able to make the play happen. There was Mataskowski, but hey, nonetheless, you like the process that they're going through. Let's see if they can continue that going into the second.
Dished off down low. Can't connect there to Monroe. Now passed ahead. Gets caught up. Ball going all around here. Matashevkowitz loses it. Pass back out. Open look for a tray. Gets it to go. 3 ball by Kendall Evans.
Forever and a day. Kendall had all afternoon to set up, put that thing in the pocket, and knock it down and give her girls the lead here. A couple seconds left.
Ball's batted around. Maybe a chance for one more gas. They get it to Evans. She's not going to get the shot off. So a tight one here at the Jack. And after the first quarter of play, Clippers lead the Trojans 22-20. You're watching ACAC basketball on ACAC TV. in that quarter. Trojans shot 20. It's a defensive battle between both these teams. What did you see the most, Jay?
Well, one thing that is very evident early on, Josh, and we talked about it in the pregame show, interior offense is definitely a highlight there for Coach Skeppel and his girls. Not tons of execution, a few missed bunnies down low, but nonetheless the process is there. They're doing a good job of getting down low. Excuse me. Talking about interior play, and Dory Sunderland says, no. Let's talk about our long range as well. That's a great three right there. She breaks up that Trojans defense with a long range J.
It's going to feel good for Sunderland. As I mentioned, missed a few layups yesterday, so when you get one of those threes to splash in, you can feel a lot better about yourself. Zone right now, 3-2, showing by the Clippers. And near Wall, who has been a flamethrower, continues that. She cannot miss. She cannot be denied. I think she's missed 2 shots since yesterday's half.
Yeah, and it's next level, Josh. She's done a good job coming around the pin downs and exploiting it. Briercrest ought to do a better job of coming to see her as we see Ellis knock around the fadeaway 3-footer. But coming after that screen, Josh, and Sunderland with a steal as well. If you're a near Wall, doing a good job of sealing them off, Briercrest come see her.
Martins can't get it to go. Fight for the rebound. Down low. Pauses, goes for the tray, can't get that one to go. But right now, Briercrest is getting to every single ball except for that one that they toss away.
Yeah, effort plays right now. In specific, Dory Sunderland not only knocking down that 3, but a couple steals as well. Effort plays, you can't teach that. That's a good job out of them.
To the hole and finishing clean, Vanessa Cormier.
Good work by her, Josh. Little show dribble, pumps, finishes with the right hand on the right side like they're supposed to do. That's a good looking take there by Cormier.
3-point lead for the Clippers. Going downhill, Martins, who's scoreless so far, gets it out. Can we see an Ellis 3? You bet we can. That's what she does.
Yeah, you talked about it early on, Josh. She's got the sniper scope out. You've got to come see her. If you get beat on a rotation, don't just stand there and look. Rotate. Make sure to catch her, especially when you see Melissa Ellis from long range. Got to come find her.
And the Clippers love doing that, too, of having a Brooklyn Martins or Jordans, whoever it is, drive as they're going to the paint, have her cut, get the open look for the 3. You saw it so many times yesterday, and we saw it right there. She goes and knocks down the tray.
Rudimentary ball, Josh. Classic drive and kick. Works so well, especially when you've got efficient post play and even better long-range shooting like the Clippers have shown early on.
There's going to be a foul down low on Amber Fickner. That's going to be her 3rd foul, I believe. So a player that got them started in scoring. Well, they're actually going to call the foul on Eve Durkinson, so not on Fickner. Pass back out to Macy Mulholland. It's a screen from Pryor. Try to get it back to Pryor. Instead passes it across to Cartmel. Pass down low. And near Wall gets denied, but it's a foul.
Well, one thing that's obvious, Josh, is they've changed the coverage here on the near Wall in the second. Is now they're starting to throw that double a little bit earlier on, trying to prevent her from dribbling the basketball. It's a good job by Anir recognizing that, creating that contact, and now finding herself at the line.
We've seen Anir be back and forth in some of these games. The problem Anir's had, Jermaine, is she's just been getting in foul trouble in a lot of these games, so she can't really hasn't had time to feel out a rhythm. And this game so far, 0 fouls, and she's definitely been able to feel the rhythm.
Oh, yeah, she's keeping herself in it, and look what happens, Josh. A great offensive start to this one as she's doing her thing, specifically from the mid-range. She missed that one, missed the first free throw, but was able to knock down the second one, and just affecting the team right now offensively, as usual, is Anir Wall.
Open lane. Can't get it, and that was Dory Sunderland had that all day yesterday, and unfortunately for her, missed some of those bunnies that she couldn't just get down. Has the ball right now, passes it down in the corner to see what they can get here. Ricocheted away, stolen by Macy Mulholland. It's going to be a tight one here. She's chased down. She passed it back out. Cormier, mid-range, no good. Goes in and out. Pryor tried to get the rebound there, but Sunderland snatches it away. Passed it down low into the post. Up and in, knocked down by Amber Fickner. 8 for her.
Golly, does Dory Sunderland got some wheels or what, Josh? She's hustling both ends of the floor, picking up loose balls. We're going to get there out of bounds on the near Wall as the double works yet again. As I said, here they go. They're throwing that double out early on into Anir's offensive possession. Not a whole lot for her to do. If you're SAIT, someone's got to come find her and be that outlet so she can get the quick kick.
You'd have to assume Coach Ant, that was an adjustment he made during the first quarter break.
Chestnut checkers.
Driving to the lane is Brooklyn Martins, and Brooklyn in the house as she finally gets her first bucket of the game.
Drop that shoulder down, create a little space, and finish with the righty. You've got that size advantage inside. Time to exploit it. That's a good job there by Martins as she does just that.
Baker going coast to coast. Fakes
Oh,
it off,
look,
drops a
hey.
dime to Pryor, hooping the harm, but all because of Brooke Baker's slick skills and the dime off.
Cover those eyes up, look one way, drop the other, Josh. You can't tell me Brooke has not been watching some Magic Johnson highlights over the summer, starting to get everyone involved. Great finish now by S.E. Pryor. Let's see if she can finish the job at the line.
That was a sweet dime right there from Ms. Baker. Definitely cooking something up right there. And the Trojans will try to put a little more gap in the lead here as S.E. Pryor tries to go for the three-point play here. She can't convert. Rebound. How about Ava Curl? Continuously the pest. Continuously the pest. Tried to throw it off of her when she was down. It's good basketball IQ. She knows she had no teammate back. Instead of throwing in the backcourt, she just went with the second best option. Tried to throw it off the Clipper and see if they could get the ball back.
Smallest player on the floor, Josh, gives her the best angle of attack to get those steals. Low center of gravity, hit the deck, once again picking it up, man. I tell you, this matchup between Dory Sunderland and Ava Curl is something to watch here in a second.
Sunderland dives after the missed shot, and then a foul is going to be picked up there by Macy Mulholland. It'll be Mulholland's first. It'll be the Trojans' first team foul. Clippers have 3 team fouls so far in their own right. (34-27) right now. Trying to get off the screen, have a look for a three. Knocks it down. Eve Durkinson knocks down the tray.
Come on, Josh. We talked about how good they were inside as we see Durkinson now with her own little 5-0 run. How about this?
5-0 run in probably 5 seconds.
Just like that, man.
And that's
Inside,
enough for Coach
outside.
Farmer to call a timeout. The biggest lead either team has had so far in this series, Jay.
Yeah, here it is, Josh. These teams now really going neck and neck the entire time, but it seems like here Briercrest slowly starting to claw up and, like you said, creating that space. Great play inside, even better play outside by them right now.
There's 6:30 left right here. You're watching the ACAC basketball on ACAC TV. What is Coach Palmer talking about in that huddle right now?
I tell you what, man, the interior defense has got to get better, but not only that, the rotations have to be good as well. If they're coming inside and pounding it down on us, they're kicking it out time and time again. We can't just be under the basket watching that. You've got to give that extra effort, go and contest that shot, and hopefully you'll get a miss and get yourself another chance for an opportunity for a rebound.
And the Clippers, a lot of what we talked about that we've seen from them, and hopefully everything's okay with Amber Fickner going away with the medical staff right now. Looks like something on her elbow. I saw her talking to the officials about it, but now she's away with the medical staff, and she's been huge for them in this game, so hopefully everything's okay for her, first of all.
Yeah, I think she's got a little bit of blood right there, Josh, and it looks like they're going to patch her up, and you know it's going to take a whole lot more than that to keep her out of this game, so I'm sure we'll be seeing her pretty soon.
For the Clippers, Jermaine, it's just been a lot more aggressive than I saw from them yesterday. Getting that defense, and again, it's what Coach Palmer talked about that he feared with them, is they are such a strong defensive team, and they've done a good job of using that defense to be able to help them score.
Yeah, well, you're looking at down the lineup, Josh. You're looking at Dory Sunderland. She's got that energizer buddy mentality, endless motor right now, picking it up offensively, defensively, steals from the inbound as well. That's another thing I think Coach Palmer is going to highlight as well. Our inbounds right now, the SAIT Trojans, got to be tighter, a little bit too lofty, too much air under them. Get a little zip behind those things. See if you can lead the ball handler to go and find that ball, get behind the defense.
And obviously, too, want to watch out for those double teams because they're not just coming on a near, they're coming all over, but particularly on a near wall.
Yeah, no, and like you said, Josh, Coach Skeppel with the chess move in between the first and second quarter, making sure to apply that double as soon as the ball handler comes into half court. Got to have somebody there as an outlet along that half court line to be open to get that pass.
And a big stat that's standing out right now, too, 4 of 6 from downtown for the Clippers. Trojans, 1 of 4. And obviously 55% from the field, but those threes definitely hitting down. And like we were talking about when we saw the one from Ellis, they love to have a wing or a post drive down, look like they're going to drive it in, and then dish it off for the open look at the three.
Yeah, classic two-part offense, drive and kick. Now the thing is with the SAIT Trojans doing a good job of kind of making things tough inside, but that's not where the job finishes. You've got to make sure to go out there and see that ball handler at the three-point line as well to continue the great defensive possession. Can't just do it halfway.
And I imagine that's something Coach Palmer is talking to his squad about right now, is you need to close out on those threes a lot more. They're driving at us and they're kicking open, and they saw that yesterday too, so this is nothing new to them. We saw it with Ellis hit a lot of threes yesterday. The Trojans had a 10-point lead yesterday, and Clippers came all the way back, so the Trojans have seen what it's like on the other side of this, so they're no strangers to making comebacks. We've seen it in this gym this year. We saw it against Red Deer. Unfortunately for the Trojans, they lost that game, but they know they also can beat this Briercrest team, and that's also a different motivator. When you've already beat the team the night before, you know you can come back.
There it is in the front court now. There you go. You see how Brooke Baker kept herself open. Easy press break. Easy as pie. Easy three for Ava Curl. That's how it's done. Coach Palmer out of the timeout.
And that's a tray for Ava Curl. Exactly what you kind of talked about right there, Jay. Now you got to pick it up on the defensive side as they get rid of the double-digit lead. Beautiful dime inside, but not able to fully connect to find Asia Wells. Going downhill. Baker can't get it to go. Rebound. Put down. Monroe. Try to get it to go. And passed ahead. Ball will go back. But you got to make bunnies like that Monroe had.
Definitely, yeah. Wide open look, Josh. She knew it, too. You saw her clap, kind of looked at the sky in frustration. She knows what time it is. You know she's going to try to get it back, and I'm sure she will.
5:24. And Ellis gets caught up there, so just throws it off and gets a reset here. 14 seconds on the shot clock now for the Clippers. The inbounds you were talking about, Jermaine, such a big part of this game. Let's see what happens here. What are you seeing?
Oh, I'm seeing 5 players for the Briercrest Clippers waiting to get the play started, forgetting that somebody's got to inbound the ball first. So there you go. It's kind of a little lapse in judgment, but here we go. Back to action.
Get it down to Wells.
That's too
Wells.
many steps. Well, they got a 3 in the key on that one.
That's another name called a lot yesterday was Asia Wells, and so far got an offer in this game, but you can see the effort to try to get it down to her in the post.
Yeah, and sometimes with a first-year player, Josh, you don't know exactly how the consistency is going to be. Like you said, she was all after it yesterday, but as long as the effort remains the same, eventually the points will come back.
There's a steal now, passed ahead. Trying to get back in the double-digit lead. Throws a hook shot off the glass for 2.
I tell you what, in transition, Josh, with the left, Hannah Matazeski. Hopefully I'm saying that right. Able to get that one to go. You like that in transition.
Little fake off. Monroe can't get it to go. Second chance. And there's just a lid on the bucket right now as Monroe can't buy anything down there.
Yeah, and it's tough, and you can't get discouraged. I know it's easier said than done, but you see a couple ones not going. You've got to make sure to remain aggressive because eventually those will start to fall.
Foul down the other side. Interesting thing to ask you here, Jay. So yesterday they played in the bubble. Now they're playing in the Jack. Is there differences in the court that you would have as a player?
Oh, absolutely. Sight lines are completely different. Like you were talking about the bubble, Josh, the wall is so close behind the basket. You've got just basically no space between the stanchion and the wall. Sight lines different, floor is different. The way things react off of that said floor is different as well. That being said, they have been in the Jack Simpson here now going on 2 seasons, so you'd like to figure that they start to get used to it, and it's almost like the SAIT Trojans are used to not having a home. They're playing on a different floor every couple of days, so it's nothing for them.
For the Clippers, too, we saw yesterday they had the beautiful play. There was a foul at the end, but they also had a few out-of-bounds plays. I think there's a little bit more room in here, it feels like, between the out-of-bounds and the three-point line. A little bit, at least, evident of where the three-point line is. Macy Mulholland knocks down a jumper, and boy, do the Trojans need that one.
Yeah, someone that needs to get going right now is Macy Mulholland, Josh. And speaking of getting going, look at number 4.
What a dog. What an absolute dog defensively, but got to finish it up. But, hey, throw it up, get it back, and knock down a tray. No.
Man, what a play. Yet again, got to be cautious when you're around Ava Curl. Look at her creating another turnover now. Dead ball because of Ava Curl.
Ava getting in there again, trying to do everything to get that ball back, and she really does. Macy Mulholland picks it up, but that was all Ava Curl.
It was, but, starting that off alone was Ava Curl, and finishing the job was Macy Mulholland as we go back the other way now.
Get it down low to Wells. Wells goes up, gets some contact. There's a late foul called against the near wall. So that'll be the first one on wall. Third foul on the Trojans. Yeah. Setting Asia Wells to the line. 2 points for her, trying to get a few more as those multiple subs once again come in for the Clippers.
3 consecutive great defensive plays by both the Clippers and the Trojans. Thing looking a little messy here in the last 30 seconds. Time to settle it down. We'll see if Asia Wells can step up here and get a couple free throws to go.
Trying to get this lead growing a little bit more. This is the biggest lead they've had, is 12. Trying to increase it now to a 13-point lead. And she does. It is not, for the Trojans, lack of effort. Missed a few bunnies the last few times, and defensive effort, especially on the inbound, and see a little bit of that press again as SC Pryor got caught up there, wanted to get the ball back to Baker. They're able to get it now in a half-court offense. See what they can get going.
Well, Asia Wells trying to split the 2 there, unfortunately. Just a little bit too much body contact.
So she'll pick up her first. And the Clippers are in the bonus. So 3:35 left here in the half. best gift the Trojans could have.
Yeah, great spot to be in right now, and you got to be cognizant of that if you're on the floor for the SAIT Trojans. You got 3:35 left. You're in the bonus now. Time to create some more contact, get to that line, stop the clock, and see if you can kind of climb back into this one.
Yeah, and that's the key right now. You don't obviously if you have the open three, look for it, but now, you got to be coherent. We know they're in the bonus. Now we have a chance to drive and attack and stop the clock and get at the line. But it's got to start on the defensive side. Here's Sunderland again, showing that speed, just dribbling all over the place. Foul picked up behind.
Man, you talk about it, Josh. It seems like at the flip of a switch is able to turn it on and get by anybody who's in front of her. Is Dory Sunderland. Not only does that put pressure on the defense for you being an offensive threat, you're able to kick out at any time because just like that, you've got an easy, quick 5-on-4.
Nice pass inside. Anir tried to get a block on it. She did get enough to deter the shot away there from Fichtner. Luckily, Fichtner got that elbow racked up after picking up a little bit of blood, and then comes in for the jump ball. And the possession will go back to the Trojans, but happy to see Amber Fichtner back out there. You talked about too, Jermaine, just a little bit of blood, just got that elbow wrapped up, and she's ready to go.
And she is. And as the full court press continues here, I want to see a little bit better execution here from the SAIT Trojans. Just struggling to get the ball in and struggling a little bit more to get the ball across half court.
Baker, a little shimmy. Trying to go downhill, and there's the foul. No continuation on it, but she will be shooting.
It's a good move right there. It's a read and react by Brooke Breaker. If you're getting plastered by double teams time and time when you come into the half court, what do? Turn on the Jets before they can even set up, draw some more contact, and once again, find yourself at the charity stripe.
Try to get it back to a 10-point lead. Starts it off, hitting the first one. It's been a big Briercrest quarter, Jermaine. We talked about the last one being so close. This one right now, we'll see what happens with the free throw right here. But a 23-15 quarter for the Clippers.
Yeah, going to work right now is Briercrest, Josh, just kind of slowly, ever since that slow start they had, been able to kind of maintain going forward. And you like their execution as they're able to get the ball inside, outside, working it right now.
Ooh, sweet, sweet dime inside by Madison Batty. Yeah. Finished off there by Wells.
Yeah, great dime, but even better reception. Right behind the outstretched arm of Mulholland. Just couldn't get to it. It's a good finish underneath.
Baker, guarded by Enns, hands it off to Anir. Gets it back to Ava. Ava didn't like his shot, goes mid-range. 4-2, hoop in the harm.
1-2, and now the chance for possibly 3. We saw it a lot last season, and here we go. Now Ava Curl taking a hit, and again, stopping that clock, getting to the free throw line. It's got to be the move here with the last 2:37 being on the clock here for the SAIT Trojans.
Continue to grind away, Ava Curl. That's the type of grinder she is. Like I said, she comes into work and she puts her hard hat on, probably more than any Trojan on this team, as you see her grind out. Can't convert, though, on the three-point play.
Yeah, you're not lying, Josh. And this Sunderland-Curl matchup is definitely something to keep an eye on. You know, I want to see them get on the track. I feel like they both got wheels.
Yeah, get them around here at the Jack.
Let's have them run 100 real quick and see who gets to that finish line.
Fichtner, guess who's in the play right there. Ball will be Briercrest, but that was a good look down low for Amber Fichtner. And instead of just going for the steal, she knew she couldn't get it, so she went in for the jump ball. That's some high-level defensive basketball IQ there by Ava Curl.
Yeah, she knows what time it is, Josh, and we do too. Ava Curl knows what to do defensively, whether it's underneath the basket, at the half-court line, or anywhere in between.
Trying to get inside, and they do, is knocked away. Brooklyn Martins gets it back out to Batty. Shot clock winding down. They just have to throw up a Hail Mary shot right there on the hook. Jordans can't get it to go. 2 minutes left here. See what the Trojans can do. Here's Curl. Driving. Ava Curl had a look on it, but couldn't convert it. Kind of lost the grip of the ball at the last second of the layup, it looked like. They come right back with a 3 ball, and that one goes short by Hope Jordans. Jordan's trying to get back in it, fight with Brooke Baker right now. And unfortunately, Trojans are going to get that on the other side for Jordans.
Yeah, Maddie Beatty unable to hold that thing in. Got to look at that now as a blessing. If you're SAIT, unforced turnover, it's time to bring it in and talk it over. 1:47 left, very pivotal part of the game here. Down 10, you want to try to climb back a little bit so you go into the halftime break with some positivity.
Yeah, Coach Ant, I think, calling that timeout because he's seen a little bit of sloppiness in the last little bit. 1:47 left, and something he wants to talk about, probably finishing strong here as the quarter and the half is winding out.
Yeah, you hear about it, Josh. A lot of coaches feel like this is one of the most important parts of the game is right before halftime, especially when you're talking about a 10-point deficit. One way or the other, whether you're down or up, doesn't really matter. What matters most is how you finish and go into that halftime break, return in the third, and finish the deal.
For the Trojans, you and I always kind of talk about, you see it now, the big thing in the CBL and in Canada Hoops is the target score. So one thing you're kind of seeing right now here is what's our target? So we're trying to get to 6 here before the half, try to get it to a 2-possession game, and I'm sure that's something that Coach Parmar is talking about right now.
Yeah, definitely. It's all about, like you said, Josh, having that target in mind and knowing what you can do in the allotted time, keeping the effort going the way through, and you want to come out and bounce back out in the second half and make sure that effort repeats itself.
And one player that they'd like to see get going, Brick Baker's getting going, and so was the near wall. But Macy Mulholland, who had such a good third yesterday, just 2 points for Macy, and it's not for a lack of anything. She's just not getting the ball, not picking up shots right now.
Yeah, and Josh, that's where you got to look at the Briercrest Clippers because they know what Macy Mulholland can do, and it seems like every time Macy gets the ball, that double comes over. Not a whole lot she can be able to do. Has to find someone real out. So what she's going to have to do at the halftime is figure out how to break that double she knows is coming and how she's able to get her teammates involved, and eventually she'll start to get open and get some wide open looks.
She was a big part yesterday of the third quarter, keeping the Trojans alive in that one, and then Anir was the closer for them. They go to Baker. She goes right down to Pryor. She gets trapped. The ball will stay with the Trojans. So had the right idea out of that timeout for the play, just can't convert on it.
Yeah, classic, that typical synergy we've seen all the time between Mulholland and Baker. Inbound, right back to Baker, who cut, found Pryor for a good look, but unable to get it to go.
Gets it into Pryor. Gets it back to Macy. She goes up mid-range, can't get it to go with the floater there. 90 seconds left here in the half.
Whoo! Man, I tell you, Ellis laid that one in, did she not?
She's going to get the tray to go down. She had the look, just hits backside iron. And then a foul, and Brooklyn Martins will get a chance to go to the line and shoot 2.
Man, I tell you, this Briercrest squad is tough, Josh. Rough and ready to play. Love physicality and almost thrive when they're bouncing off of bodies, and we're seeing that here through the first half.
Yes, we
they're
are.
drawing contact and thriving off of that contact as well.
Got a chance here to earn at the line. First one goes down. We talked about Brooklyn had a great game yesterday, but she's been a little more quiet today, but staying clutch at the line. .12-point lead right now for the Clippers, and a little bit too much mustard on that pass right there from Ava Curl.
It's almost like Ava was kind of predictively throw that pass to the corner where Wall could have been to get it right there. I see what Ava Curl was doing. Unfortunately, Wall didn't. It's just kind of a miscommunication.
Here's Ellis. Hands it back off to Brooklyn Martin. She's going downhill, goes up, can't get it to go, but that's what we've seen from a Brooklyn Martin's game, is she can drive in and have at will at the rim. Just can't convert that time. Near, nice little crossover. Dishes it off in the corner, finds Mulholland, back to Baker. Tic-tac, toe almost there, and a near wall down on the ground, and that's something you don't want to see ever. Hopefully Anir is okay there, but taking a hit hard and down on the ground right now.
Yeah, I didn't get a clear look at what happened, Josh, but talked about it before. Anir loves to get to the basket, super physical. Hopefully she just wants knee-on-knee with somebody. She is up. Good to see.
And she's stumbling a little bit out of the gate, but the good sign, as you were saying, good thing she was able to get up right away. But it's interesting with this Trojans team we talked about, Jermaine, already had some injury worries on their squad and hoping to definitely not add a near wall to that list.
Yeah, if it wasn't for bad luck, Josh, injury-wise, the Trojans would have no luck at all. It seems like every game someone hits the deck and has to get tended to. But, hey, that's just the grind here in the ACAC, Josh. That's just really part of what the game of basketball is right now. As far as the ACAC is concerned, everyone's going to be a battle. It's all about how you bounce back.
Absolutely. Trying to go down low. Kicked off the foot there of Hope Jordan's, and Trojans will get the ball back. So 27, we talked about, could they get to 6? Right now you just want to get this back to 10, maybe 9 if you can knock down to 3 right here, and then reevaluate going into the half. Ava Curl. Gets it in the corner. Give and go. Finds Baker. Baker was thinking 3. Good double team there. Collapsing. Gets it back to Baker. Open look for the three. Bang! Brooke Baker.
Perfect three-girl game right there, Josh. You're looking at Baker, you're looking at Mulholland, looking at Pryor. Great job. Equal to 2.
Need a defensive stop here. Spin off. Martins can't get it to go. Try to get the rebound. Trojans trying to get on top, but Curl can't get it. And at the buzzer there, Ellis tried to throw it up. So a big quarter by the Briercrest Clippers. They win the second quarter 27-20 and are winning at the half 49-30. Your leading scorers afterwards so far. Amber Fickner leading BC with 8. And for the Trojans, a near wall with 16. Hopefully her health is okay. We will see you at the start of the half. You're watching ACAC basketball on ACAC TV.
Here are the Briercrest Clippers. You knew the defensive intensity was going to be there. You knew the interior execution was going to be there. And sure enough, they have both been there. Now, despite being down more than 10 points, the Trojans have done a good job of bringing that lead now to only 9. And it's a good momentum going into the halftime break as well. Let's see if they can continue that here in the third, Josh. The process is there. It's all about the execution. Let's see if that happens.
Hopefully to have a near wall, be healthy. Maybe get Macy Mulholland going. I think we've never really seen, I've never seen in years of broadcasting playing, they never went to the locker room. They stayed on the floor and had their halftime huddle at the bench.
Yeah, I'll let you know something special is on the precipice of happening here, Josh. Sometimes when you don't go into that locker room and you keep things on the floor, you're trying to stay in that moment. You're trying to stay in that same environment where you find yourself down 9 points. You don't want to leave that sometimes. You want to stay in that. Sit in that. Make sure you know what it takes here in the second half to not only get that lead back, but push it further as well and see if you can get out of here with the dub tonight.
Like we talked about earlier, they beat them. They know what it takes to beat them, and going to try to do that again. And for Briercrest, they're just trying to get this dub back, get to that 7th win, heading into the break.
Yeah, and we'll see if they can do that, Josh. Like we just said, Briercrest doing a good job here of not only climbing back from the deficit they were in earlier in the game, creating that lead as well. We knew the defense was going to be there. It's there, sure enough. Now, 20 more minutes. Let's see if they can continue that same trend and get out of here once again with another dub.
It's going to be a heck of a finish here at the Jack. We'll see how it plays out. And we come back to the action now, Jay, and Britt Baker brings it out, and Macy Mulholland goes for the three. Can't get it to go down.
She does not, but it was a wide open look. You'd like to see that from Macy Mulholland. She's got to be aggressive. You can't let a slow first half kind of temper your efforts here in the second half. Stay aggressive, and eventually they'll start to go down.
Batty can't get that one to go, and now Baker brings it out. And here is a near wall. Crossover, goes up, gets it to go. She's looking pretty healthy to me, Jay.
I think the knee is okay, Josh. Snatch back over to the left hand, dip that shoulder, create some contact, and get her girls back into it with one more basket to her name. A near wall showing you why she's elite.
So taking her first attempt here in the half. And that's a great way to get started. And like we talked about, get it to 6. You're at 6.
Just like that. Now, on the other end, got to have the same effort. Did a good job offensively there to near wall getting 3 points. Let's see how you lock it down on this side of the floor as well.
Come right back on the other side. And Brooklyn in the house is Brooklyn Martins. She talked about quiet start for her. Trying to get the steal right there. Almost did. Vanessa Cormier loses the rock. And here comes Ellis now, bringing it up. Open look for a tray. Can't get that one to go. Everyone falling down right now. Like a bowling alley out here, not a basketball court.
Yeah, that's one thing you like to see, Josh. When you got a team as physical and as bruising as Briercrest is, you got to match that intensity. And it looks like early on here in the third, the SAIT Trojans are doing just that on the defensive end.
It's inside. Cormier gets it back. Baker setting up the offense. Hands it off to Curl. Curl was thinking 3, didn't like it. Then ricochets away from her, gets down. Possession is for Briercrest. So Briercrest trying to get back in the double-digit lead here right away. And 8:48 now here in the third. Clippers going downhill. Sunderland, that's speed. And you know, sometimes I feel like Jermaine, she has just like a little bit of like Speedy Gonzalez. She can't put the brakes on. She just keeps on going.
Yeah, that she does, Josh. But more importantly, she knows when to turn it on. And unable to get to the hoop.
Passed ahead. Finds a near wall. Jumper, no good. Now ball brought back out again by Sunderland. Inside, Martins can't get the shooter's roll to go down.
Didn't get it to go, but you can see her confidence slowly starting to grow as the game goes on, Josh. Like you said, Martins started a little bit slow, but through the second quarter and now into the third, she is back where she's used to being, and that's down low, being aggressive.
So now a near wall. Shot clock winding down on her. Gets it out. Macy Mulholland, no good.
Just struggling. Today is Macy Mulholland, Josh. Like you said, it's not for lack of trying. She's getting great looks as well. That one, nobody within feet of her. Still not able to get it to go. But as I said, you can't let that shade how you go forward. Keep the aggression up.
Ellis dishes it off. Batty got tough D on her from a near wall. Throws it down low in the posted area. Again, another double team. Nice pass. Can't connect there at the buzzer, but you gotta love what Dory Sunderland had an idea there. Tried to feed it into Batty, but the shot clock wind down and a missed shot.
Tell you, back to the basket, Hope Jordans. Who's on her hip? Ava Curl. In a regular world, Josh, that's a mismatch. You see how she still created that turnover. Did Ava Curl with great defense on Hope Jordans, who's an elite low post scorer. You love the effort there from Ava Curl.
So it's 51-43 now. And Ava Curl has continued her defensive presence, as Jermaine said. Now she's going to try it for a three. Yes, sir! Ava Curl from three.
Affecting the game in a multitude of ways is her game, Josh, and that's what she does. Defensive intensity, transfer to offensive proficiency. You love to see it there for Curl.
Turnaround J. Ooh, so sweet by Melissa Ellis.
Yeah, real silky right there. She turns away and knocks down the 8-footer, does Melissa Ellis, and able to get that one go over the outstretched arm of the defender.
Baker gets it down low to Cormier. Back to a near. Shot clock under 10. Ava Curl finds some room. Can't get it to go. He liked the look, but just can't get it to go down. Now again, Sunderland. Drop of a dime inside. Passed it back out. Ellis, three ball. Front side iron. Can't get it to go. Baker going to try to go one-on-one here. No, she's going to hesitate. Go back. Now she's going to go for the three. You can put that on the board. Brooke Baker from downtown.
Read and react. Great job by Briercrest getting back in transition. An even better job of realizing that if you're Brooke Baker, take a couple steps back and knock down the long-range J.
53-49. Trying to get a steal there. Stolen away. Trojans defense making things happen. See whose ball that is. It's going to be still Trojans ball. Ava Curl does the work. And obviously Coach Hant not too happy with what he's seen. And bringing in all these different subs, although that is also the Briercrest sub pattern, it seems as well, Jay.
Yeah, that is what they do, Josh. And like you said, he can't be happy right now as that lead slowly starting to slip away on the backs of great defensive play by the SAIT Trojans and better offensive execution. One thing you want to do now if you're Coach Skeppel is you want your girls to kind of settle things down offensively and see if you can stay out in front with. Take the time in the offense and run the offense and get a good look.
Baker driving, gets it to go. Brooke Baker, she is on fire. 16 for Baker.
Seeks out contact as Brooke Baker looks amongst the trees, and once again, Ava Curl picks it up. Josh, what do you think here? A dunk? I think so.
Coast to coast, can't make it to go. Just let's missing the dunk there. Spine tingler.
Yeah, it happens sometimes. Back iron.
And that's going to be a call there against Ava Curl. Bench thought maybe that was a little bit of a push there on the other side, but nonetheless, that's what Ava Curl does. That's 3 fouls on Curl, and that's what you're going to get when you're an aggressive defender like Ava Curl. You're going to get up there in foul trouble, but Coach Palmer trusts her, keeps her in the game.
Yeah, Josh, we see she can rack up some fouls sometimes, but she also does a good job of recognizing she has those fouls and is able to still play tight defense and not necessarily pick up those dreaded 4th and 5th fouls.
It's a one-possession game right now, unless they get this to go down there. And they're traveling, so they'll have a chance, the Trojans, to take back the lead or tie this up. And this quarter is flying by, Jermaine, as we're almost at the halfway part. 5 seconds now for being at the halfway part of this third quarter.
Yeah, unbelievable. Seems like we just sat down here for the second half, Josh. The refs are letting the girls play, and you love to see it. They're doing just that, playing the game.
Curl trying to find some room, goes into a triple team there, and gets a chance to shoot.
I don't know what it's like, Josh, to be able to drive into a post defense that's got 3 girls with at least 5 inches on you and not be scared at all. Force out contact, make that, now get to the line. Ava Curl undeterred.
Ava Curl might as well be a t-shirt from 1990 because she's got no fear.
Oh my goodness, look at you with the no fear pull. I like that one, Josh. I like that one.
And gets that first one to go down. 9 points for Ava Curl. And right now she, I don't know if they do that Trojan helmet of the game. I know the hockey team did it for a bit, but right now just put that Trojan helmet firmly on Ava Curl's head right now because she's leading the women of Troy into battle every time she's on the court. She takes a well-deserved seat.
Man, she has that helmet on from jump, does Ava Curl. Seems like she goes into every game and attacks it like it is a battle indeed, like we've seen, getting dirty time and time again. And how could you not when you got Brooke Baker doing the same thing?
Goes downhill, and she's fouled from behind. It'll be on Claire Donfeld. That'll be her third. That'll be the third foul also on the Clippers. Is defensive impact right now. That's been from the Trojans, and we talked about it at the halftime show, Jay. It's been about the Trojans' halftime changes. They never left the court, and you mentioned it. Stay on the court, feel that vibe that you're in, and it's obviously working.
Yeah, you got to be malleable in today's game, Josh, and that's exactly what we see here from the SAIT Trojans offense and defense. You stay in it, you're able to make the necessary adjustments. You know what you have to do. It's really just about the fact if you're able to go out there and actually do that. And through the first 5 minutes here, a little over 5 minutes here in the third quarter, they've done just that and got themselves a lead.
It's got to be such a mental intangible, right, of not leaving the base of where you are and staying in the moment. And I'm sure that's what Coach Parmar and Alicia Tan were trying to think there.
Yeah, and that's exactly the move. I've been part of teams where we've done that same thing. And it's just like, look, we got pumped there in that first half. We had great opportunities, but we let it slip. Stay right here. You understand we've got ourselves in this mess. No one's going to get us out of it. We've got to do it ourselves. And so far, they're doing that.
And I bring up Alicia Tan there because she was a big part, I thought, of those halftime adjustments. I saw her in the middle of the huddle there and being the Trojan great, maybe the greatest female Trojan athlete of all time, going in that huddle and obviously talking to them, probably talking about circumstances she's been in.
Oh, come on. Alicia Tan, Josh, from the illustrious Tan family. Seems like they've got a guard for every single day of the week in that family, and now that's transferred over to the coaching side of things. She's able to kind of spread that knowledge to the girls, and seems to be working here so far. Seems to be working.
And the Trojans will have a chance to take the lead. They trailed in this one by as many as 12 and have been on a run here, Jermaine. How's about a 13-4 run to start off the quarter before these free throws?
Yeah, these girls are ready to go here in the second half, Josh. Sometimes that's what it takes. You stay in that thing, and the defensive effort has been there. It really just came down to execution, and early on they're executing. And now they've got this great 14-4 run without girls like Macy Mulholland really kind of giving them anything offensively. Look out if she gets it going.
Yeah, it's a great point, Jay. A near wall, Brooke Baker and Ava Curl all in double digits. Everybody else, including Macy Mulholland, just 2 points.
Hey, heavy lifting indeed. Time to spread the love. Let's see if it happens here in the second half.
See if the Clippers can get their offensive back in rhythm. Trying to look down low. Almost stolen away again. Macy trying to get her hands out there. Asia Wells loses it. Shot clock winding down. And the Trojans, again, in the words of Pat McAfee, just absolute dogs.
It's about keeping those hands in the jar at all times, Josh. When that ball gets across to your intended target, make sure you get those 5 digits in there. Just make things uncomfortable for the offense like the SAIT Trojans have done here.
And I don't believe it's 14 seconds on the shot clock. I believe it's 1.4 because the shot clock's having a little bit of issues here. So I think they're just checking and trying to fix the shot clock right now. So I believe, yeah, okay, so now it's 1. It was 1.4 technically. So shot clock has been fixed now. So it's 1 second on the shot clock here. So you just got to get a quick pass and shoot it off as fast as you can. And again, another discussion here with the shot clock.
Looks like they rounded it up to 2 now.
Here we go. Well, it was 1.4. Why not? 2 seconds. Again, it's pretty much the same basis. Get it in and shoot it. They get it in, and they don't have time to shoot it. And shot clock violation. A little bit of hesitation there on the shot there by Claire.
Yeah, got to know. Got to be aware of what the shot clock is. And here we go now. Once again, a forced turnover by the SAIT Trojans. Time to capitalize on this run here you've built for yourself in the third quarter.
Trojans will look to increase their lead. First time they've led in quite some time. Macy Mulholland passes it back out to Baker. Baker in the corner. Cartmel was waiting for the rock. Doesn't like what she saw. Shot clock winding down now on the Trojans. Can't get an offense going. Macy gets it back. Here's Baker. Can't get the 3 to go down. And near tried to keep it in. But back in the attack come the Clippers in transition.
Yeah, it was a great defensive possession by Briercrest, Josh. You see how they cut off every angle there for Baker. She had no choice but to try to make it happen herself. But on the other end, once again, another unforced error here for the Briercrest Clippers.
And a bunch of subs going to come in now for the Clippers. And Ellis, Martin's also in right now. Ellis has been an absolute assassin. When she gets those open looks, we'll see if she can do more of the sames here. Dory Sunderland, we talked about her speed. Here's Baker. Doesn't like what she has. Back to that 2-3 defense right now from the Clippers. Finds Macy. Mulholland almost was ready to go with the exuberant Macy's back for a three, but that one just goes in and out. Nice pass inside, and then a chance now to shoot here for Brooklyn Martins.
Yeah, we're going to get another look at her, Josh, and you talked about it there at the end of the first half. You said Brooklyn was really starting to get things going. Not only does that include great offensive play, it's moving without the ball. You see, SAIT Trojans defense asleep at the wheel. Brooke slips right behind baseline. Now she got a chance for two easy ones.
And she was the go-to in the later half yesterday, and she'd be one of those players that you see a lot like that. Again, I would assume, can't convert on the first free throw attempt. 6 points for her so far. Trying to get this down to a 1-point game. 3:14 left. 3 fouls for the Clippers, 2 for the Trojans. And can't convert on either. Good fight for the rebound right there. But the ball goes right back to SAIT. Led up by Baker. Baker scouring the defense. Pass it back out to Cartmel. Cormier is going to take a chance at it now. Tough D right now from Briercrest. They try to feed it inside. And Baker's able to shake it off. Jump ball. Possession will stay with the Trojans, but 7 seconds on the shot clock. And that defense right now really tight. Again, we talked about that interior defense of Briercrest, Jay, not letting any passes inside.
Yeah, and they're leaning on that, as they should. If things aren't necessarily going your way offensively, like what seems to be the case right now for Briercrest, you know that defense is always going to bring it. So that's one thing that's definitely keeping them in this thing. Defense airtight.
Pryor off the glass for 2.
Quick little 2. Good flash there by Essie Pryor. Gets the quick pass and goes up all with one solid motion. You'd like to see it there from Essie Pryor.
Sunderland tries to get it, but stolen away by Baker. Baker leading up the offense once again, trying to find something in this tight defense from Briercrest. Looking down at the paint at Essie Pryor, but Cormier decides to go in by herself, and a tough defensive attempt there by Brooklyn Martins, knocking it away. 12 seconds on the clock for the Trojans as they're going to bring in 2 subs. Well, 1 sub right now. Looked like near wall was going to come in, but instead Monroe will check back in, and Monroe is just fighting to get a bucket. She missed those few bunnies in the first half. Try to feed it inside to Monroe. Now a breakaway here for Hope Jordans. She dishes it off. Good give and go by Briercrest as she finds Madison Batty.
That's why you always got to follow the ball handler in a transition opportunity, Josh. Batty's able to get back, and surprise, surprise, Sunderland once again poking it loose from behind.
And then surprise, surprise on the other side is Brooke Baker doing big things. Pulls up and knocks it down. Brooke Baker
comes up over the half court, sees the defense, says, don't mind if I'm actually going to pull up here from about 19 and knock it down, and splash. Brookie gets it to go.
Trying to scour, trying to find something, trying to go down in the post. They do. Finds Jordans. Essie Pryor doing her best defensive ability that she can. An open look, though, for Ellis. Normally automatic, but can't get that one to go. Jump ball. Or they're going to call a shot clock violation, actually. So tight defense by the Trojans. They get the possession, and they got a near wall coming into the game. Multiple subs coming in for the Clippers. You know, one player I never see take a break, Jay, is Brooke Baker.
Josh, not only does she not take a break, she never looks like she actually needs the break.
No.
She's just on the floor constantly, never really seems to be tired. I don't know how she does it. I get tired looking at her play entire games.
And she's picking up the defensive side that we saw Ava Curl do so well. Now she's driving, goes in a lane of Clippers, and she gets fouled with a chance to go to the line.
It's that time. She feels, Josh. She feels right now that she's on the precipice of something special. You see Brooke Baker, every time she goes up the floor looking to attack right away, regardless of how many white jerseys are in front of her, she's coming right at you.
I mentioned yesterday the third was all Macy Mulholland. This third has been the Brooke Baker show.
On both ends, too. That's something you love to see.
21 points now for Brooke, averaging over 20 this year, so just another day on the court for Miss Baker.
Yep, Brookie B, once again, Josh, showing you why she is atop the league in scoring. Once again, adding 2 more to that total.
61-55. Sunderland dishes it off. Big 3 for the Clippers. Can't convert. Rebound. Durkinson misses that 3. And here is Brooke. Leading up in transition. Gets it down to a near wall. Wall trying to drive. Tight defense there. Not letting her by. Here's a 3. Splash off the glass
points for Vanessa Cormier.
Banker's hour, Saturday afternoon. Don't mind if I do. Let's go make ourselves a deposit as Cormier knocks down the triple in the face of the defender, Josh. That's a big-time shot.
18-point turnaround since the end of the half, Jermaine, is now the Trojans have the 9-point lead.
Hey, we talked about it. When you sit yourselves on that bench, Josh, you don't go into the locker room at halftime. That means you're trying to do something special. Through the third quarter, they have done just that. 10 minutes after this one, let's see if the energy continues.
24-6 third for the SAIT Trojans. An open look for two. Can't get that one to go. Nice chase down there, of course, by Sunderland, who never gives up on a play. Evans tries to get it down low. She does. Wells goes in among everyone and finishes strong.
Unbelievable move. You see Asia Wells loses Essie Pryor, Josh. All it took was one simple drop step, held onto that pivot foot, up and under. Great looking finish.
Baker goes downhill, goes up. Tight defense. Wells doing it on both sides. Shot clock, game clock, milliseconds next to each other. Sunderland loses the ball, and then they're going to say, though, it was a kick ball. So Sunderland, errant pass, kind of gets bailed out by a kick ball by a near wall, and possession will be the Clippers, and now shot clock turned off. 19.1. Big possession here for the Clippers to end strong.
Say that. Flip turnaround from the second now. We're going to see if they can go into this break with a good-looking play.
Trying to get it down low. Trojans get in the middle there. Evans likes what she sees. Can't get it to go. Nice rebound, and that one rolls out. So Miss Bunny down there. Second chance makes it go down for Eve Durkinson. 9 points for her. Shot clock is off. Game clock winding down. And the Trojans win that quarter 24-8 to find themselves back in the lead as they lead at the end of three, 64-59. You're watching ACAC basketball on ACAC TV. A game of big leads taken away as Briercrest will try to rebound here, Jay. What do they need to do?
Well, one thing that's obvious, as I was about to say, the interior offense does need to keep going, and Brooklyn Martin's making sure that I look like Nostradamus by saying that. Defensive intensities, you know, is going to be there. It's all about the execution for the Clippers down low. Can you continue to score and put the pressure on that SAIT defense?
Baker passes it back. Wall for the tray. No good. Fight for the rebound. Nice job there by Pryor. She goes up. Can't get it to go. A rebound by Sunderland. Sunderland gets it inside to Martins. Easy take inside, and now a 1 point lead as the chair more or less just kind of pulled there and makes them pay.
Yeah, it's the Brooklyn Martin show here in the second half, Josh. We're going to see if SAIT can make those necessary adjustments that they need to make down low. Too easy right now for Martins. Might need to throw over some double coverage.
I won't be shocked if maybe there's a bucket here if Coach Palmer calls a timeout just to settle things down. Gets kind of bailed out by the turnover and get to bring in Ava Curl. Remember, Ava, 3 fouls, nothing too concerning just yet, but obviously want to keep her away from that 4th foul.
That you do, and at the same time, you want to make sure she doesn't temper that unbelievable intensity that she's known for. Tough miscommunication right there. Just like that, that lead has evaporated awfully quickly here in the 4th.
Yeah, that's what the Clippers can do. They had an off 3rd quarter, but they have led in this game as much as 12, and they don't want to lead here, losing back-to-back to the Trojans. And they get it down low. Tough defense by Pryor, and not able to go down there as Fickner tried to get her 10th points.
Yeah, great recovery with Pryor. She keeps the verticality, 12-6, keeps the arm straight up and creates that miss.
And then Fickner comes back on the other side and does some good defense of her own right as Batty has it. And they'll reset up the offense now. See what they can do in the half court here. Near meets him up top and then try to get a pick, but goes right into Essie Pryor. Shot clock winding down. Open look for the 3 to take the lead. Just goes in and out right there from Madison Batty. Jump ball, possession, SAIT.
Well, a little flat-footed here is a SAIT defense early on in the 4th. No time to really rest on your laurels. Only 8:13 left, and you've got that slim 1-point lead. Got to keep that same energy you just had in the 3rd.
And kind of with the defensive prowess that we saw from the Trojans in the 3rd and what we saw from the Clippers in the 2nd, it seems to have gone back to the Clippers right now.
Yeah, right now Briercrest is kind of lulling the SAIT offense into a false sense of security, almost baiting them to throw those full-court passes that just get right up underneath and go the other way.
Macy Mulholland come in. We talked about the quiet game from Macy Mulholland, which seems appropriate for her to find herself back in this game. And Macy taking the inbound. Trojans going to go trying to get their lead a little bit more breathing room, and a near some fancy dribbling, not able to connect though on the shot. And possession looks to be staying with SAIT. 14 seconds on the shot clock, 8 left here in the 4th.
We know Wall can be a self-starter on offense. We've seen it throughout the first 3 quarters of this game. Created space there, unable to get it to go. So if you're Briercrest, you got to be happy with that outcome after the good defense on a near wall.
64-63. Gets it inside to Pryor, gets it back to Baker. Baker looking for the pick there. Trying to drive in, gets it out to Curl. Curl goes in, can't get it to go down. Had the runner in the lane, but can't get it to land. Thunder looking to get it inside. Some aggressive D there by Wall, knocks it away. Again, trying to go down to that paint. They've been really forcing into the posted area, and the Trojans were ready for it.
Yeah, they were. Keeping those hands in the passing lanes, doing a good job of staying with it and popping the ball loose. That time, Essie Pryor.
So interesting to see these adjustments from both coaches, Jay. We saw the double team on the Briercrest side on a near, and now the Trojans really making sure and focusing that they don't get anything in the post.
Yeah, make sure you get those hands into the entry pass so nothing gets through untouched. And it's working for them so far. As a couple shots down low for the Briercrest Clippers. As you see a near wall knocked down from 15. Haven't gone their way, so keep up that intensity and see if you can do things on the offensive side to separate yourselves from the Clippers.
Trojans get a little bit more room, and they have a chance to get even more there as Claire Dumfeld will pick up her 3rd foul now.
Yeah, I think that one is on Jordan's, Josh.
Okay, so Jordan, thank you.
Yeah, no problem. She laid out Curl on that one, who, of course, was going 100%, as she tends to do in her sleep, does Ava Curl.
And the double team and an errant pass right there. A chance to grow the lead right there, and Briercrest will try to potentially tie this game or make it a 1-point game. We'll see what happens here in the half court. They throw it right up, and that's a good call by Howie Leon. He saw that play and called out to Pryor to see what's going on.
Yeah, get the hand up, overload on Martins, Josh. You know she's getting the ball here time and time again. She's made herself the undisputed offensive champion as once again underneath Brooklyn Martins. Doesn't get that one to go, and that's what you want to do if you're SAIT. Make sure you make things uncomfortable. You know she's getting the ball. Make it tough.
We saw this a few times yesterday. They got them to 8 seconds. Avo, nice pass, whipping it to Baker. There's a near. Trying to get it inside to Pryor, but a little bit too much on that one, and the ball goes back to the Clips.
Just a lot of miscommunications. It's too late for this in the game, Josh, right now. You've got to make sure these passes are online right now. You're only up 3. You've battled back. You were down now as much as 12 early on in the game. You've worked your way back if you're SAIT. Don't be your own worst enemy right now. Make sure you run your plays, get those passes through, and execute on the offensive end.
And you never want them at all, but back-to-back plays, too, and you have the 3-point lead, and you can really widen the gap here. Those are the type of plays that could come back and haunt you if you do end up taking the loss in this one, especially when, well, I was going to say, when Martin starts getting her rhythm going, but she can't make it to go. And they try to force it inside again. So they are definitely looking for Brooklyn Martins a jump ball, and that possession will stay with the Clippers. But the plan is now to get it to Martins. That has been very evident in the last few minutes.
Yeah, it's no secret. Coach Skep's move right now, Josh, get the ball down low to Brooklyn Martins. If you are SAIT, you've got to be prepared for that. And they have been here in the fourth quarters. They're making sure that nothing's coming easy for Martins. You know she's getting the ball. You just want to make sure you can make it tough on her as possible.
Trying to get it in, and they do. Open look for the 3 to tie it up. Can't get it to go. And then a foul down low. Let's see who that foul's against.
They're going to get Sunderland on that.
Yeah, it's going to be Sunderland. It'll be here second. 2 team fouls now on the Clippers. Kind of a dead right now heat between these two teams as neither team has been able to score in the last few bit here. Again, that soft press. And Macy gets it over. Now they're coming to that 2-3 zone again. Curl loses the ball. Fight for it. Gets it back out to a near wall. Wall finds Baker for the 3. Ooh. That's a tray, baby! Brookie B.
Desperately needed that one, did the SAIT offense, as Brooke once again comes and answers the call for her team. She's able to knock down that triple and stretch out that lead to 6.
Curl gets the steal, going downhill, going up, can't get it to go. Rebound by Brooklyn Martins. Sunderland got picked from behind by Curl, and that'll be her 4th.
That's tough, and everything she got all ball, which she did, but sometimes all it takes is that swinging motion downwards, and the official will have to see that, and regardless of what you come into contact with, they're liable to blow the whistle.
SAIT 538 from having back-to-back wins, beat Olds a few weeks ago, Jay, starting to get into rhythm.
Yeah, and I was saying in that win, sometimes all it takes is one. All it takes is one win to kind of slowly get things going your direction. Seems like we've seen that since, like you said, that Broncos win a couple weeks ago.
Passed ahead to a near wall from Ava. Anir goes up, fouled, gets a chance to go. And, you know, for the Trojans, too, they come into the next half, Jabane, and, you know, in January, 2 big games against cross-city rivals in St. Mary's and Ambrose, who they're chasing in the standings right now as well. So want to get these 2 big wins against Briercrest, get a chance to enjoy the holiday break, and then get ready to face some city rivals.
Yeah, Josh, you know what it's like when you come out of that break as well. Things really start to heat up. That's when you're setting things like postseason pictures starting to settle out a little bit. Teams are starting to really settle into the ways that they're gotten to that point in the first place, and teams that were down below, you know, in the first half of the season really start to climb over in the second. So can't wait to see how everyone comes out back in January ready to get it going.
And there was a lot of hopes for this Trojans team coming into the season, and you're starting to see it in fruition right now, finding what was so high for these women of Troy. Passed ahead. Ellis for 3. Can't get that one to go. Nice rebound underneath. Can't get the bunny to go down, though. Get the ball back there for Amber Fickner and pass into the backcourt.
Lucky right there if you're SAIT. That was a gimme right there as Fickner missed that one. Now it's time to make them pay on the other end, Josh. And we're going to see on the other side of this timeout if they can do just that.
And it's a timeout right there. So almost halfway through the 4th right here, Jermaine, and everything that you'd want to see right now if you're a SAIT Trojan fan, you're seeing. But we've seen this Clipper team get runs in bunches. They led by as much as 12 in this game. What are they talking about on their sideline right now?
Well, one thing that has been consistent is the defense. It's there for Briercrest. The defense has been great. Granted, you're down. I get it, but your defensive effort is there. And you know what? Offensive process is there as well. You're getting the ball where you want it. You're getting Martins down off the block. You're getting Fickner on the block as well. You just got to execute and knock those down and climb yourself back into this one. That's all it's taking to keep them out of this lead. And we'll see if they can do that here out of the timeout.
The Trojans just going to keep up that defensive intensity as well. Trojans are shooting a lot better from 3 as well. We talked about it. Weren't hitting well from 3. And how's about the Clippers? They had those 4 threes in the first half. No 3s here in the second.
Yeah, going back to old school Clipper basketball. And what's that? Work off the block. 5 feet and in, Josh. You've got the great height advantage inside if you're Briercrest. Might as well use it. They've exploited that here in the second half. And granted,
down by 8 right now, but hey, they're in this thing. 5 minutes left, plenty of time, like you said. They've erased leads bigger than this in shorter amount of time. Let's see if they can do it one more time here.
Got to be careful with the ball in this one. 33 turnovers by the Clippers. Trojans have been able to get 29 points off of those turnovers.
I guarantee you that's bulletin board material.
Yep.
Regardless of the outcome here today, that's something that Briercrest does need to work on going forward. You can't give the ball up that many times and expect to win.
Ava Curl gets it in. Macy trying to find some room, trying to look down low for Pryor. Curl steps back, finds Brooke. Brooke for another 3. You got it. You can put it on the board. Brooke Baker from downtown.
When the lights are brightest, Josh, that's when Brookie Bree comes to play. And you know, late in a game, when the stakes are as tight as they are, she's going to show up. Unbelievable play around the pin down, knocks down the triple.
Trojans' biggest lead now, 11 after the 3 by Brooke.
Oh.
And then Asia Wells answers right back, hooping the harm, trying to convert.
It's a tough one there if you're Ava. Once again, that downward swinging motion, regardless of what you come into contact with, refs liable to blow the whistles. I'm sure we're going to see Carmel come in for Ava here. Let's see if that's the case. Indeed.
Yeah, she will. That'll be the third foul also now on Essie Pryor, so keep an eye on that. We haven't talked about Pryor, but defensively, rebounding, she's done a great job for the Trojans, Jay.
Yeah, you know she was going to have a tough night, Josh. You know, looks across the court, you're looking at Fickner, you're looking at Martins, you're looking at Jordans. You know Essie Pryor had to bring, and she's done that. She's been a big, solid body inside, making sure to use that advantage and get herself a couple of rebounds. And let's see if she can also contribute on the offensive side as well.
We talked about the communication. Good job there by Cartmel and Brooke to get that ball across. Here's Anir. Shot clock winding down on the Trojans. Anir tried to get that Euro inside, but then she gets caught and ball stolen away. As the Clippers set up their offense, trying to get a screen there. Going coast to coast, passes it back. Finds Batty. Batty downhill, up, off the glass, in.
Man, that's a good offensive take right there, Josh. He put the head down, put the shoulder down, leaned into Mulholland a little bit, created a little space, and got the righty scoop to go. Big time bucket.
Go off the press, just get back on defense, do the Clippers. Finds Macy. Mulholland trying to find her game. Spins off, passes it back to Pryor. Pryor finds Brooke. How's about another tray? Free ball by Brookie Baker.
Steps around, into it, elevates, and knocks it down. Brooke Baker, like I said, Josh, it's late in the game. They need her the most. She's showing up, as she tends to do late.
31 points from Baker. Down low, spins off. 2 coming up here for Amber Fickner, trying to get a double digits in her own right. But Brooke Baker right now put in an absolute outstanding game up right now, Jermaine. 31 points for Brooke, 12 rebounds, 6 dimes, and I haven't even got to the steals yet. Give me a second to tell you about the steals that she has in this one. She's got 6 of those.
Hey, man, 32, 12, 6. Josh walking into it as she tends to do, makes it look easy. The greatest part of her game is she never forces anything, Josh. She waits for it to come to her. She knows when to pick her spots. She knows when to get everyone involved, and she knows when to take it over herself. And we're seeing here late in the game, it's Brookie B time, and she's making sure she stamps that.
Oh, and did I mention shooting 60% on 6 threes right now?
Come on, light work.
Here is Baker. Again, I don't think she's subbed off in this game either. Ava Curl going downhill, up, can't get it to go. 3 minutes, the clock becoming an enemy for the Clippers. Don't want to lose back-to-back here in the 4:03. Sunderland goes up off the glass, can't get it to go. Rebound, but Fickner not able to rally it in. Pass to Macy Mulholland. Macy gets it back to Baker. 6 threes already in this one. 31 points. Finds Curl. Curl. 3 ball. Yeah! You can put that in the 3-point column. 3 ball for Ava Curl, as she's been hot from downtown as well.
And she is. Great shot by Curl.
Can't get that one to go. Rebound. Passed ahead.
Perfect.
Wide open. Macy Mulholland.
Better late than never, Josh. Is leaking out is Mason Mulholland. Good job finding it, and the girls are going to bring it in and celebrate as they should. An unbelievable last 2 minutes here for the SAIT Trojans, specifically on the offensive end of the floor.
Well, an unbelievable second half for the Trojans so far, Jay. They gave up 22 and 27 in the first and second. Since then, just 20 points earned overall. The defense has picked up, and we talked about the turnovers they've been able to force.
That's right, Josh, and we also talked about at halftime how you got to sit in it. Sit in the despair. You were down 10 points at halftime. Sit in that. We are the reason why we're here. They did that, Josh, stayed on the floor at the halftime break, woke up completely, and have not looked back since the start of the second half.
And the defensive side has been huge for the Trojans. It's for Briercrest, too. They haven't been able to find a go-to option in this one. Brooklyn Martins has been quiet in this one. How's about Melissa Ellis, who's normally a dead-eye shooter? She hasn't been able to get in her from Jordans. They've just completely locked them down.
Yeah, and that's not something you can say you really expected, Josh. You said how proficient those players all are offensively. Got to tip your cap to the SAIT defense as they've made things tough on them all game long. And even in times where Brooklyn Martin gets it going, if no one else is able to help her, as you can see, it equals the lead right now, and a quite comfortable one with only 2:08 remaining.
And you can't state, too, how important it is for the SAIT Trojans to pick up these back-to-back wins, like I talked about cross-city rival and Ambrose winning yesterday. But for the Trojans, more importantly, had a few tough losses this year. Those Red Deer games were so close for them, but just couldn't get it going. The chemistry is starting to connect a lot more. And if you win back-to-back games against a really good Ambrose team, and you take that into the winter break, that's another level and so huge for the Trojans. Ellis trying to find some room. Baker hounding all over her, but will pick up her second foul.
Yeah, these two kind of been getting after it here in the fourth, Josh. I've been quietly watching this matchup here between Ellis and Baker. Both players who take things personally, love to play tough defense against each other and offensively as well. Two competitors you know they're going to be battling out here in the last 155.
So Ellis now at the line. Gets that one to go in. Cutting the lead to 12. Pretty much, if she makes this, you have to go and get right in their grill on the offense play. So that's what they're going to do. Probably get a little bit back to that soft press, trying to stick with Brooke. Trying to get a steal, but Trojans aren't going to have it. And for the Trojans, Jay, they're just going to use as much of that clock right now.
Yeah, clock is your buddy. Get real comfortable with it right now, as that thing can take you to the promised land if you let it. It's all about execution from here on out.
Step back and near. Fade away, Jay. Can't get it. A little bit of life still, but 90 seconds. Time ticking away at the Clippers. Came into Calgary hoping to get their 7th victory. Could be taking 2 losses. That's a big 3. Can't get it to go. Fight for the rebound. Fichtner's able to get it. But then Brooke comes underneath and picks up a foul. That'll be her 3rd.
Yeah, it's a tough break right there. It's a foul, but hey, it stopped an easy basket for Fichtner, and now she's going to have to work for it.
Trojans in the bonus, which is the best news for the Clippers right now, is the very least now, Jay, you know you can force them into a foul, stop the clock, and try to get some of those points back at the line.
Yeah, that you can. And if you're looking at the Clippers now, that's got to be the way going forward. Get inside, go to work, use that size advantage, and like you said, stop that clock and climb back 1 point at a time.
I changed here from a soft press, though, to a full court press now, because you're trying to get that ball back at all possessions, and the Trojans are just going to use as much of that clock as they can. They're doing just that right now.
Yeah, taking their time. Oh, broke him off. Okay, all right in here. Okay.
Trying to break some ankles right there.
Did that.
Jump ball possession stays with SAIT. 1:10 left here in the fourth. Trojans trying to pick up, I believe it'll be their first winning streak of the year so far. The first back-to-back complete sweep series. And what a better team to do against in this strong Briercrest Clipper team.
Absolutely, Josh. And it's time for the Clippers to crank it up here defensively. Can't just kind of wait around and make something happen. Be in the shorts of every player right now. And we got just over a minute left. This is the matchup here. How about it? Wells, Booker, what you got?
Shot clock winding down. Baker throws it to Ava Curl. But you know what? Good defensive stand there by the Clippers, but time is the best asset, and the Trojans want to take every second away from it.
Yeah, Melissa Ellis with a great job there out on an island with Brooke Baker. Nowhere for her to go, creating that turnover. 54 seconds. Got to be in a hurry-up offense. See if they can do that.
And that might just be it right there. Goes off the foot, and Baker's able to take it away. Sunderland coming back, though, showing some of that speed.
Oh, there's a double.
Double into a jump ball, so that possession goes back to the Clips.
There you go.
38 seconds, though.
Yeah, not a ton of time. Maybe a little bit too late, but nonetheless, you want to keep swinging right till that clock hits 000.
And a timeout by the Clippers as they'll try to send something up here quick. I mean, trailing by 9 right now. Obviously, ideal situation is you want to get the 3 to knock down here. So, had 2 timeouts. Might as well use it when you have the ball in the half court and try to call up a play that you can get a quick 3 and hopefully maybe even get fouled on it.
Yeah, want to get the quick 3 up. More importantly, you want to crash the glass. You've got that height advantage. Just in case that thing's come off, you want to see if you can secure yourself a second chance opportunity here late in the game.
And I'm sure Coach Palmer is just saying, too, that's the one thing, do not foul. You know, just straight up, don't try to go for a block. We got this game. If they hit the 3, they hit the 3. We're more concerned about getting the 4-point play than getting the 3-point play.
Exactly. Not to mention you want that clock to keep running.
Yes.
And if you foul, that thing will cease. So you don't want that to be the case. Keep those hands up. Make sure the official sees you're not trying to draw that foul and let that thing run out.
Yeah, you probably, at the most for the Clippers, want to run out 5 seconds if you can. And then, as I was saying before in the last possession, I'm wondering, too, Jay, if they've had a lot of that soft press in this game, if now it's going to hardcore, full-court press now, trying to get that ball back.
Yeah. Nothing left to do but just that. So, as we see, they're up against it, all the Clippers. Not impossible, though. So,
Because you can get a 3 right here, then you get a steal, get a quick 3 right there, then you can get yourself into a tight one here. But it all starts with this possession. This is a big one for the Clippers to have any hope left in this. And Ellis will take the inbound. They try to find a 3 here. Trying to find it. Good defense there by Macy. They go for the 3 and the foul. So one thing we said they couldn't do, they don't give up the 4-point play, but they have Martins, who's been great at the free throw line. She will go and shoot some free throws right now. Shooting 50% so far in this one. Big 3 free throws right here for the Clips.
yeah, definitely not the outcome you wanted there, Josh. 3 opportunities now for Martins to kind of close the gap with the clock stop. Only 5 seconds off of it since the whistle. Couldn't ask for anything better right now if you're a Clipper.
First attempt goes down, and as I mentioned again, you want to get right in the grill off this inbound, or if she misses the second free throw, you're doing everything you can to rebound that. And, well, she's going to probably want this second free throw, but if she does miss it, everything you can to try to get that rebound. So she goes 2 of 3 from the line. And substitution is going to come in as Asia Wells will check back in. I think they're doing a little bit of defense and offense right now, subs. Trying to get the ball in, and 32 seconds now.
Man, and that ball ends up right in the hands of Coach Palmer, who, if looks could talk right now, Josh, I know exactly what he's feeling. Late in the game, you've got to lock it down. Never out of this thing was Briercrest, and they're showing right now why that elite defense has kept them in this game.
You don't necessarily need the 3 right here. You just want to get as quick as a bucket as you can and not use that clock. That's the main key, I would say, Jay.
And it is. Clock is definitely the most important right now, and it's all about getting a good look, whether it's from range or on the block. As long as the look is good and quick, efficient, you'll be all happy with it if you're Briercrest.
Speaking of the clock, having a few issues with it right now. That's why we're delayed getting in here. Just trying to figure out the time that we have with the officials and getting the shot clock back. I believe it was 33 seconds last time we checked. Yeah, it's 33 seconds right now, and then shot clock is at 14. Not sure why it's at 14 and not 24. But nonetheless, Clippers just want to score as fast as they can. They got to look for 3. This is big. Can't get it to go. Rebound and a jump ball. Possession will go to the Trojans.
Massive rebound right
Yes.
there. As Baker's able to secure that.
Batty had a good look at it there, Jay.
Oh, yeah. That's exactly what you wanted out of the baseline out of bounds. Clean look. Almost went down. Back iron a little bit too much, but unable to get it to go.
And then they're going to start the fouls now, as that's a foul in the back there by Melissa Ellis. So one more foul of the Clippers right now to get into the bonus. Pass ahead to Ava Curl. Sunderland and her going one-on-one. Baker's going to hold off. Clippers not fouling. Not exactly sure why.
Me neither.
And wasted a lot of time.
Tons of it, yeah. Just kind of watched it go down. I'm not too sure if there was a miscommunication between the bench and the floor, but it's a lot of time to let go off the clock and then just end up fouling after all of that.
So if you thought the time was an issue beforehand for the Clippers, it's been added up even more right now. So free throws here for Near Wall, who's having herself a great game. She got the rhythm started off, and then Brooke kind of took the baton from there.
Yeah, Josh, an embarrassment of riches as far as offense is concerned here for Coach Palmer and his girls. You got Wall, you got Baker, two players who can score almost at will, doing their thing here today.
Wells gets denied by Brooke. 10.3 seconds left here. No, they're going to call a foul on Brooke?
Yes, they are.
Okay.
Wow, Brooke was like, I did.
For the Trojans, Jay, the Trojans are going to move to 4-6. We'll have to see what happens with Ambrose. And a big game, too, for Ambrose, because they're facing St. Mary's tonight. And St. Mary's is 5-4 on the season. Ambrose is 3-6. So a big game between the two Calgary rivals that I'm sure State will be looking at the standings. And in a weird way, State will be rooting for Ambrose tonight to make sure the gap's a little bit closer for St. Mary's at the second half of the year.
Yeah, Josh, everyone wants to be in a good position here come the second half of the season. And with all these Calgary teams, all three of them, so tightly contested here in the standings, a lot of scoreboard watching coming up here tonight.
And St. Mary's obviously going to keep an eye. Wanted to win that game against Ambrose tonight because now BC's going to fall to 6-3. They'll fall to 6-4 and then be a half game out of the third spot right now. And so a lot of stuff going in here in the standing watching side right now. You got those three Calgary teams, like I said, all kind of bunched together right now, trying to get that fourth playoff spot potentially. But I don't think Briercrest came in thinking they were going to get swept in this series. And now that third spot is a little bit more achievable than what thought before is Red Deer and Lethbridge at the top of the division right now.
Yeah, definitely surprised, Josh. As Briercrest, an elite team, defensively specifically, have done a good job here this season, but unable to get it done here 2 nights in a row. Got to tip your cap to that SAIT Trojans offense.
Batty misses it. And the women of Troy welcome in Briercrest and will sweep their first series of the year just in time before the winter break as the women of Troy, the SAIT Trojans, moved to 4-6. Briercrest gave it their all. They came in to Calgary 6-1 and will fall to 6-3.
Hey, how about those women of Troy, Josh? As we said a couple weeks ago, after that badly needed win against Olds, sometimes all it takes is one to kind of turn your fortunes here. And that's 3 straight wins in the last 4 games going into the holiday. Couldn't be in a better spot right now.
And now the Trojans get what they need too. They get a month and a little bit off to get health.
Yes, health is definitely needed here for the SAIT Trojans, Josh. We'll see if they take this time to rest up and everyone can get back to business come January.
Players of the game quick, Jay?
Ooh, yeah, okay. I'll give you some predictions. If I'm going SAIT Trojans, obviously I got to go to Brooke Baker, but you never know if they're going to spread it out. But let's see.